All right, it's been a couple days. That check engine light has not come back on, so that's a plus. We did something good there. The bad news is, well, I'll put a little clip of the sound that I was getting from the transmission. Thought it was the brakes because it hadn't been driven in a while. It's kind of a grindy sound, but apparently not. Apparently it is the planetary gears. I don't know a whole lot about the insides of a transmission and what makes noise and what doesn't, but apparently the gears for the planetary start making a grindy noise whenever they're no longer attached to the actual like part that the gear should be attached to. So yeah, transmission's trash. Well, I can probably rebuild it. Meanwhile, I just said I don't know much about the insides of transmissions. Went to the local wrecking yard. Should have one this week to put in here, a good used one. So we'll put that in there. I think I'm gonna try to rebuild that transmission because at this point I've already, what's another 400 bucks? I can spend $400 on a kit for it, and $400 or $500 I think is what it's gonna cost. Now, maybe we can make a video if y'all want to see that, you know, me taking apart a transmission. You know, let me know. If you don't want to see that and you think it's kind of silly that I would do it, also let me know. If you know how to do it, come on down and hang out. We can do it together. Yep, that's where we're at. We are waiting to get that transmission. But I did put a water pump on it too. Every now and then you got to pump the water through there and not out of the water pump. Anyway, yeah, transmission is removed. Here it is on the ground over here. Yep, that sucks. These fittings are so good, so I'll pull those out. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. My buddy let me borrow his transmission jack, so that helped a lot. Another friend helped me remove the transmission. We didn't capture any of that or whatever. I don't know if I'll capture any of the transmission removal and installation, but it doesn't take very long whenever you have a lift and a transmission jack. It does make it a lot easier. Anyway, once we get that transmission back in, we'll do a final drive. We are going to recover the seats because this one's real torn. So Tracy and Tim, they bought a upholstery kit for them, so we're gonna do both the front seats, and they got a new foam for this for the driver's side, so we'll do that. And it's got a heated seat, so we'll get to see how that all works and have my interior gal do it. She's the interior one. She's good at cleaning the heck out of some interior. I mean, we used to have a Geo. This is a long story. I'm gonna turn it into a short story. We used to have a Geo tracker or whatever, and it was full of animal feces and whatnot, and just not good. Snake skins, all that crap in there. But anyway, we cleaned that thing and it looked damn near brand new on the inside when we were done. Mostly her doing it. I just did the taking it apart and she did the cleaning of it. So anyway, here we go. Should have listened to my other half of my brain and just not built this damn truck back together. Today we need to put a water pump on this because the one that came off that was on this engine, it looked new, but or newer. It didn't look like it was very old, so I just put it back on. But here we are. It is leaking from somewhere. It was dripping all over my head yesterday when I was pulling the transmission out of it, because guess what we also have to do is put a transmission in the freaking thing. So our profit margin is dwindling pretty quickly on this. It will be a maybe break even. But we're too far into it now to turn around. So Serena told me that I should record replacing the water pump because people might want to see that. I'm thinking there's probably 45 other videos on YouTube of people replacing a water pump on a GMT800, but it shouldn't take us very long, so we'll just go ahead and do it anyway. We'll just start taking it apart, take the air cleaner off and all that crap. Because if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. I'm changing my motto. That's gonna have to go because I'm tired of doing a lot of things twice. We gotta find a new motto. Help me out. Look at that. The 5/16 works great on that 8mm. Perfecto. Pulled the transmission last night. Didn't record that because that's not fun to record. Luckily my buddy Tony at Old Texas Square Buddies let me borrow his transmission jack. So I was able to do it on the lift. Engine's a little wobbly there, isn't it? I guess it's better it happens to me, happens to this truck now while it's still in my possession than it happens on the roads, right? That's why we've been testing it and driving it and all that fun stuff. I feel like I work at a freaking Chevrolet dealership here lately. They're supposed to lock, but they never lock. And if they do, it's impossible to get them to unlock. They probably have a specific tool for this, not slip joint pliers. But I don't have it, so. God, oh, it actually locked. Don't grab that with my fingers, because I'll end up it'll end up unlocking and pinching my hand. We don't want that. I'm sure coolant will come out. No, surprisingly it did. I'm gonna have to flush his cooling system again. That's cool. Here's a petcock on the side of the radiator for you to drain the coolant out, but you know, you can get not most of it, you can get some of it out that way, but usually not as much as you need to get out. It's right here. I stuck a piece of 3/8 fuel hose or something on there to get down to a drain pan or container or whatever you want to do. That works pretty good for that. Clips off and pull this upper shroud off. I guess I need to invest in a serpentine tool. I mean, not serpentine, fan removal tool. Although the crescent wrench and a hammer works pretty good. I do have a new serpentine built for it, so at least, you know, might as well take everything apart so you can go ahead and change that out. While you're in there, you know, while you're in there. Well, I wish I just put a water pump on it while I was in here. You're not gonna spend the money now, you'll end up spending it later, so you might as well just do a damn thing. You don't really need a lot of tools to do this. A 15mm slip joint plier, flathead screwdriver, you know, that kind of crap. Okay, you can't even see what I'm doing over there. But yeah, you just have these bolts here, down there. Some pennies, tinners. This is where the coolant will come out and spill everywhere. Una más. The nice thing is that, oh, my arm is right in your way. The nice thing is I can lift it up and clean up my mess, I guess, when I'm done. So there's that. On these, they have these silly gaskets like this. So I found the best way to do it is to put the gasket on and then put 2 bolts on and then just kind of juggle it while holding 4 bolts in. Yeah, it sounds easy, right? It's not fun, but you got to do what you got to do. All right, see if we can get you in there where you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so we take these bolts. You stick a couple of them in where the gaskets are held, which they are all there. I'll show you here in a second. Kind of a pain because it holds your gasket in place, and you gotta kind of finagle it in there as you're doing this. Get one started, and you gotta support the weight of it too, because otherwise, try to cross thread your bolts. You don't want to do that. It's not threading in, so that's good. How good is that one not threading in too? That's nice. Certainly felt like it wouldn't do a second ago. Let me get the other 2. Alright, so apparently there's a 2 steps torque spec. I figured since I'm doing kind of an instructional video, I'll give you the torque specs. It is 11 foot-pounds first pass. Alright, I don't think there's a sequence. I didn't see that anywhere. And then 22. I'm using inch-pounds here. This low one because I don't have a torque wrench that goes down to 11. This is like 132 inch-pounds. And then 22. That's with brand new bolts, so going a little past that with old bolts, probably okay. And there's that. So what I'm going to do next is probably try to drain some of this water, run a little bit of water through the radiator, just to get some of this cruddy crud out. Pour it on the floor. It doesn't matter at this point, right? It's a little deceiving because that coolant they sell for stuff these days is orangish colored, orangish yellow, so it kind of looks like a rusty color anyway. Pretty neat. So I'll stick this upper hose back on, and I'll just pour water down in the top of that. Just bloop and bloop. Started to come out pretty clear after that, so should be enough just for the sake of a little flush. Now we'll put this thermostat on. The style's got it built into the housing. These O-rings are cut. O-rings are a pain because they don't want to stay in frickin' place. So that's good. I put a little silicone grease on there. It helps keep it in place. Alrighty. All these hoses back on too. That's a fun time. This is one of the easier vehicles to put a water pump on, I gotta be honest. So as much as I don't want to do it, it's not super back-breaking. I mean, well, it sucks being bent over a truck at any capacity, but this is not the worst one to do it on. Even if I reuse these stupid constant tension clamps. How did I get on that other side? I don't know, but I don't want to use this one on this one. This one was way too much of a bear to fight off of there. For the sake of not fighting this next time, if it's me that's working on it, if it's the next guy, it's a little easier for him. They're nice stainless steel ones. We won't be able to really pressure test or anything until we get the transmission put back in, but hey, at least we can get it all buttoned back up and put that together. I guess I need to put the tensioner back on before I can put the belt on, right? That generally makes it work better, doesn't it? Get our 15 millimeter here. Doop. I think there's a belt routing diagram on the cowl here, I guess, whatever you call it. I don't know, radiator cowl cover thing, plastic piece of trim deal. It's good that you don't want a loose fitting belt, right? Everything's on there. Little trick or whatever, you know, just to help yourself along the road. I always take the old used belt, and this one really isn't, it isn't even cracking or anything, so you always want to just take the used belt, stick it somewhere in the truck, because I have been stranded just once. Well, I got stranded, had to walk whenever I was a young man. I was luckily a nice fella. I had to walk a couple miles to AutoZone, get a belt. I didn't have any tools except for a tire iron, so I had to pry the tensioner with a tire iron. Anyway, dude gave me a ride back to my truck, or back to the car at least, so there's that. Put this in the glove box. This is the moral of the story. Take your old belt and stick it in the glove box, under the seat, in your toolbox, whatever. You know, keep it in the vehicle. It'll save you some headache down the road. That belt that I took off was probably just fine, didn't need to be replaced, but while we're doing all this, there's no sense in putting the old belt back on, right? I was just waiting for it to come in initially. Now I can put the fan shroud back on. Real easy water pump to change. This beats the hell out of doing them on a small block Ford or Chevy. Well, none of them are fun, but those aren't quite as easy to do. You got crappy gaskets, you gotta scrape all that crap off and all this nonsense, and nobody wants to do all that. That side, I feel like it needs to lose a couple, like an inch or so. All right, good deal. Yeah, because the air box goes right here in this area, and it was kind of giving us a booger. Just a little bit further. There we go. There we go. These constant tension clamps are nice, as long as you can get them to work with you the way you want them to work with you. This probably needs to be twisted down because it hits the air cleaner. There. Let's put the air cleaner back on. This air cleaner is obviously not off of a 2000 Silverado. This is off of a 2003 or 4 Tahoe, so it doesn't matter though. Or this intake tube, whatever the hell you call it, just has more of a silencer. This stupid thing that comes out and stuff. That one's normal, but this one here, it should be more flat, but whatever. Air silencer. Won't be able to really show you the process of bleeding the air out. Not that there's really much of a process. It's a pain. It's just a lot of checking and filling and filling and checking. You can take the upper hose off and fill up the engine, which I can show you all that, I guess. I guess I'll show you that way to do it. I shouldn't have put that upper hose on, I guess. But yeah, it works good to fill the engine up. My advice to people, do not buy diluted antifreeze unless you're just topping something off. Just get full strength, because it's $2 more. Sometimes it's even just the same price. And then mix it yourself. Buy some distilled water and some antifreeze and mix it yourself. Anyway, this is how you do it. One way to do it is to fill it up from the upper radiator hose. I won't make you sit here and watch the rest of that. This is already a boring enough video without adding to it with this crap. So I'm gonna finish topping this crap off, and we won't really be able to test anything until we get to the point of putting the transmission back in, so we can kind of pressure test everything. So I guess we'll be back when we get to that. Thanks for watching, and if you're not doing it twice, we're not saying that anymore. Don't mind me just putting another transmission in this truck. Well, you know, what can you do whenever the planetary is completely effed on the old one? Guess you just go to the junkyard and you get you another one. Fortunately, this one has had at least the torque converter and front pump replaced on it, so I think we're good. And it comes with a warranty, so see if we can't get this big turd up in here. My buddy Tony let me borrow his transmission jack, and my buddy Delaney helped me remove the transmission. So let's see if we can't get it put back in there. Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
I guess I'm about to buy a transmission jack now, because this is very easy compared to the old-fashioned way of doing it on the ground. Very nice.
Very nice. How much?
I say, my brother was telling me I need to buy air over hydraulic, so. All right, Dave, throw in for the fun to do that. I think we're at the limit of the stroke, so we're going to come down with the lift a little bit. That forces me to take this range sensor off without having to fight it off, so there's that. Okay. Well, maybe we just reuse this range sensor so we don't have to fight it off. So let me get the heat gun, and I'll do that real quick and we'll be back. Let's see what that does for us there. One down. Save those so next time I buy something the pigtails are torn off or cut off, we got them. All right. Fortunately for me, I'm a short guy, so it doesn't bother me to have the lift down. All right, let's see if we can stab it in there. Grab the Impactadoro, and I got a couple bolts there. Let's crank her up, guide her in. Almost there, almost there. We're nearly home. Come forward. You're not coming out of there. You must also hold up. Hold on. Hold your horsies. You ain't coming out of there, Bubba. Bring this down a little bit. I'm fighting one side at a time. I'll go ahead and stick a bolt in there. And we'll go to the other side. All right. Okay, well, that lined up relatively easily. I'm not going to jinx myself. That was a severe pain in the tush. That did not line up at all. It did not go in, you know. The fun bits will be getting the top ones in. I need to zip a couple of these up because I need to wrap it up for the night. Extension night. I need to invest in some wobbles. Some weebly wobblies. Because weebles wobble and they don't fall down. According to my mom. That's what she always said when I was a kiddo. Me ma. For me ma.
For me, man. You what? It's ma.
All right, mate. Yeah, I just got grease in my mouth. Let's let this sag a little bit so we can get a little room under it. All of the room. Now we need 8 miles of extensions. so we can get up in there. Nope. Aha! Gotcha, bitch! Well, but this would have been a lot easier with the engine not in place. So, all right, I feel good about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jack it up and leave the transmission up. And yeah, we'll jack it up and kind of get it supported up in there. And this is where we're gonna do it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, yeah, okay, let's do a little more tonight. Get these little cinched up, and then we will work on the ones on the top. Do-si-do. We'll do a little dance. Bad daddy up there. All right, now we'll do the torque converter shuffle. You won't really be able to see what I'm doing, and I won't really either, but I'll act like I can. Let's get that torque converter spun up a little bit there, bud. Once again, we'll use our magnet to hold our extra bolts while we get this one started here. Get it threaded in enough that we can spin it around and line the other ones up. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Where's my 3/8 ratchet? The demons are firing in the sky. Moving on up to the east side. That's looking real nice. Real nice. Just get that up a little bit there. Alright, I don't want to tighten that one all the way because you kind of want the torque converter to be have a little wiggle room in it so you can line up the other 2 bolts. I really wish I had like a little snake cam, y'all can see what I'm doing. I'll just kind of show you. Not that you need to see this for the 4th time, but yeah. You might be able to see. You might end up being in my way. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Now the torque converter will pull out of the transmission a small amount. Be not concerned with that. That is just what happens. And that'll do. Alright. We got the starter on. Got the transmission on. I got these bolts in. I don't have it, you know, the nuts on there. But yeah. Got the starter on, some wires hooked up, transmission lines are hooked up. I need to heat these up so I can get them into place better. Need to put a couple little odds and ends on. I need to get a new seal for this tomorrow. Out push-up seal. Yeah, put the drive shaft on, and then we'll put the exhaust on and put the dipstick tube in and stop hitting our heads on stuff. And it'll be good. It'll be a good time. So we should be able to wrap this up tomorrow after I get off work. So that'll be good times. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Alright, back at it again. Got off work a little bit ago. It's cold as hell this weekend in Texas, so I will probably be at work. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can before it gets any colder. Got the new seal put in the tail shaft. Got the drive shaft in. I hadn't bolted it up. I need to bolt that up. And then put the exhaust on and just kind of double check everything. And then we'll put it down. And I'll try to guide the dippy stick in there. Definitely got to put that in. Got the heat gun out. Heated these up and pressed them in and everything. So that should help there. I know this video's been all over the place and it has, I don't know. I did a water pump and now we're putting a transmission in. Didn't even watch me take it out. But hey, that's neither here nor there. See if we can't put this on the ground tonight. Need to pull Serena's car in the shop, do transmission fluid and all that fun maintenance and change the oil. For the people that keep coming back and watching, you know, I appreciate it. this isn't super great content or a whole lot of fun to watch, but I really appreciate you doing that. And we're gonna get to some good stuff this year. Promise you. Some more square body stuff in the works if you like that kind of stuff. Got some other stuff that isn't square bodies. It's not even GM stuff. So looking forward to doing that. I need to get my old Dodge in here, my gold Dodge in here, and fix up some crap on it soon. It really needs a front seal on the transmission. The pump seal's leaking, so I think while I got my buddy's transmission jack, I'll probably pull it in here and pull the transmission out and fix that. Should have did that before I put the truck together in the first place. But hey, I'm not always the smartest man. I may not be a smart man. Alright, there's that. Now, y'all seen me put this exhaust on before, so I don't guess I need to record this. But hey, just kind of covering a couple of things. There's a lot that goes into this crap, and just trying to capture some of it. So, alright, we'll be back whenever we find something interesting and putting it on the ground. Alright, just when you think you're done, you're not done. Had to pull drive shaft, transmission crossmotor back out. Extension housing is leaking there. I dried all this off last night, and I figured I'll leave it up on the lift, come in, see if it's still there. I thought it was just residual oil, but no. Transmission fluid still coming down. So I get all that crap out of the way. Need to, you know, it has an O-ring that seals it to the housing, to the actual transmission housing, to the tail hub, extension housing, tail shaft housing, whatever you want to call it. So we'll pull that off. Let me get the camera set up and roll the drain pan over here, and then we'll do that. Pull the speedometer sensor majig out somewhere where I'll lose it and look for it for a couple hours. Take one out of a different transmission and then find it. Top ones first. Yep. Probably shouldn't be a whole lot of fluid that comes out, but it'll leak some fluid. It's not usually a lot in the tail housing, but we'll just go ahead and be prepared with the drain pan that my lovely wife got me for Christmas, and it has been very handy. Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, well, you know, they work better when there is an O-ring there. This thing looks really clean on the inside though, so hey, we're on up and up there. But yeah, this should have an O-ring, I believe. Maybe we'll go over to this other 4L60 we got on the ground over here. We'll go see if we can't steal it off of that one, if it's got one. It should have one, right? This will tell us if it's supposed to have one, which I'm pretty sure it is. A 4L80 had one. Doubt they're the same size, but I don't think I really need to remove the speedometer. Speedo sensor. Get that last bolt. Too bad I didn't know about this leaking beforehand. I would have just went ahead and swapped the tail housing since I put a new, you know, output shaft seal on there. So that's pretty cool. I like, you know, not having to buy stuff. Here we are. Oh yeah, there's a seal on there. We'll just go ahead and rob that seal. Just get back on there. Just remember, there's not a seal in there, guys. If we go to do anything with that transmission, we'll probably have to take it all apart anyway, so we probably won't forget. If I don't do this now, I won't do it later. So let's go ahead and put these guys back in. Sensor back in there. Well, we don't have to hunt for that as well. Look at that. Just spend an extra 45 seconds and put it back together, which isn't usually what I do, so I need to do better about doing that. Alright, we'll take all this crap back over there. Okay, just put this back together. Getting good at that, taking this drive shaft and crap out, you know? I'm gonna put the rest of this stuff on for the, you know, third or fourth time. And then maybe we'll get to drive this today. I need to work on a couple other little things, but I do need to drive it so I can get all the fluids, you know, make sure it's all good. Transmission's not, yeah, make sure transmission's got proper amount of fluid, coolant's full, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna button all this up again and then we'll drive it here in a little while. Well, anyway, unfortunately, if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. But I think I came up with a new slogan, and it is, do it right so you don't have to do it twice. All right, it's a little warmer today. We got the truck going, the 2000 Chevrolet Silverado. Yeah, looks like a pickup truck. I'll pick them up. Yeah. Let's see how this new transmission does. Still gotta pull the seat out and fix the seat. It does the slidey forward crap. Let's run down to the gas station. We'll put a little gas in this. The new seats turn out good. I'll get that battery charger out of there. That looks nice. Interior cleaned up really nice. Just gonna get some new window tint and a new windshield, and this thing will be rocking and rolling. This will be a fine truck to own. I think I got the fluid topped off in the transmission. It's, you gotta check it about 8,500 times, but seems like it's good. It appears to be running good. Let's run down the service road and get it up to speed. See how that does. I think it's still low on fluid. Dadgum. So you gotta take out a small fortune to fill these transmissions back up. Anyway, yep, seems to be running good. So yeah, I think this is it for this one. This is it, and I appreciate you watching. No, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but hey, maybe it'll help somebody that's taking an engine out of one of these and putting one back in. I don't know, but there you have it. So thanks again for watching. All right, back at it here at CW's garage. So we've got a, you know, this white truck on the lift again, and we've got transmission number 3. So third time's a charm. That's what we're hoping for. Third time's a charm. I'm not going to record this. No one, you're not going to watch me install this because you already seen me do it once, and it's just the same thing, just the same process. So yeah, I'm going to slam this dude in here tonight, get it rocking and rolling, and we will hopefully not have to do this again. Good news is the junkyard that I went to, I-30 Salvage, they're in Cumbie, Texas. They guaranteed the other one, and they gave me another one. All right, so hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to drive it. All right, adios. All right, next day, transmission is installed. Transmission is shifting good. So we're gonna take it on a little road trip, do a little estate sale today. So we will, oh, there's Donnie. How you doing, buddy? We'll report back if there's any problems, but shouldn't be. Oh, I've got a new handle for tailgate, so I need to put that on too. All right. Say hello, Don. How you doing, buddy? Anyway, as always, appreciate you watching, and do it right so you don't have to do it twice. All right, we'll see you next time.